Thank you for joining me on the mat today. Our practice is all about stretching and twisting and getting a whole body workout. I hope you enjoy. Taking your time to make sure your big toes are together, that your knees are lovely and wide. And you can pad yourself all the way down to a child's pose. If your forehead doesn't easily meet the floor, there's always the option to stack your forearms and rest down here. Taking your time to settle. Once you're placed, just focus on the breath, watching the air as it enters and exits. Feeling the belly rise and fall. And the idea here is that you are the still point in the moving world. So allow yourself to come towards your stillness. Taking a moment here to set your intention. Very, very gently reaching the hands forward and lowering your forearms onto the mat. So the forearms are now parallel, a bit like two railway tracks. And really start to send the hip creases back towards your heels. Taking particular notice of the sensations under each of your fingertips. Can you feel the mat under your hands? And keeping your toes and knees exactly where they are, we are very simply going to lift your hips up over the knees. So you want to check yourself out here, make sure that your hips are over your knees, you're not too far forward or too far back. If you need to send your forearms a little bit further forward, you can do that as well. Making sure the elbows are now underneath your shoulders, palms are down. And from here, we drop the belly. So really get that sensation of tipping your tailbone, a little bit like Donald Duck's bottom. Drop your belly, tip your tailbone, and lift your face forward. So there's a real reaching forward here of the chin. Keep pressing into the big toes on the floor. Breathe, full deep belly breaths. Feeling the stretch through the stomach and spleen meridian at the front of your body. Keeping everything as it is, we are simply going to dome your chest. So where your heart is, lift it up. So everything else stays the same, we just lift the heart. And then we tuck the belly under, we tuck the tailbone under, and send your hip creases all the way back. Again, we'll come forward. The inhale will rock you forward. Drop your belly, lift your face, our version of cow pose. And on the exhale, dome your spine and then send the hip creases all the way back. Inhale, come forward, drop the belly, lift the face. And on the exhale, dome the chest, tuck your bottom under, and send the hip creases all the way back. One more time. Inhale, come forward, drop the belly, lift the face. And the exhale, dome your chest, tuck your bottom, and send it all the way home. Good work. Keeping the hands outstretched, we're going to walk the hands over the right side of your mat. And then stack the left hand on top of the right. And allow your head to relax back towards the ground again. Feeling the increase in the little pulling sensation in your left hip. And slowly, slowly we walk the hands over to the other side, hands over to the left. The right hand will stack on top of the left. And relax your forehead all the way down. Unstack the hands, bring them back through to center. This time we're going to bring the knees under the hips and come to a very traditional tabletop pose with the tops of your feet resting on the mat. Really start to press now into the tops of the feet. See what that does to your belly. When we press into the tops of the feet, the part where you would normally have your shoelaces, suddenly the core has a little fire. We're going to keep the tops of the feet on the mat. Light that fire in your belly. So draw the belly button to the spine. And this time we're going to hover the knees. So when you feel all set up, lift your knees. Shaking is good. We hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Beautiful. Turn all 10 toes under now. Drop the belly, lift the face. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're coming all the way up to our very first downward facing dog. So let the hip creases lead the way as you reach it back. Inhale, we lift the heels. And exhale, drop your knees back to the floor. Flat back pose. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, lift the face. And the exhale will guide you all the way up to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, cow pose. Belly down, face up. And the exhale will ripple you all the way back to your downward facing dog. 3 more, just like this. Inhale, heels rise. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels up, inhale. Knees down, exhale. Belly down, face up, inhale. Down dog on your exhale. Last one. Inhale, heels rise. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the face. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment. Pedal your feet. Do what feels nice. Stretch through your side body. Knees can be as bent as you like. Come towards your stillness just for a moment. And then we're going to lower the knees all the way to the ground. Big toes together to touch, send the knees lovely and wide. And return to your original starting position. So if you had your stacked forearms, we come home. Finding your resting position here. Shoulders relax. Notice the breath and notice your thoughts. Giving yourself permission to be here completely. Walking the hands forward. Bringing the knees underneath your hips, you'll be back in your tabletop pose. Ready to hover the knees. So gaze down at your mat this time. Make sure your fingers are spread beautiful and wide. Make sure you're really having little white tips between your fingers. The webbings of your fingers are stretched. Here we go. We're going to float the knees. Draw the belly in. Press into the tops of the feet and then lift your knees. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower it down. Turning the toes under. We're going to float the hips all the way up to downward facing dog. Allow your heart to melt back towards your thighs. Find your stillness. Inhale, look forward. So really look forward. Bend your knees as much as you like and really stretch your chin, stretch your throat. And then ever so gently, we're going to walk the feet towards the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold in the top third of your mat with your feet hip distance apart as we take our first dangle pose, dangling from your waist, knees as bent as you like, moving in a way that feels really good in your body. Find your stillness. Take an honest account of how your lower spine is feeling today. Is it feeling fantastic? In which case you might choose to bring hands to opposite elbows and start a gentle sway. If it's feeling a little bit delicate, you might choose to stay perfectly still. Let your body be your guide. And come towards your stillness. Allowing the hands now to glide up over the feet, onto the shins, all the way over the knees and the thighs. The heels of the hands now finding your hip creases. Press into your hands, find your halfway lift, nice flat back pose. Shoulders away from your ears. Stay here for a few breath cycles, really get the sensation of what it's like here. Maybe rocking the weight backwards and forwards over your toes. Where is your center of gravity today? Draw the belly button in. Elbows are pulling back. Nice long neck. Remembering your neck is an extension of your spine. Take your big inhale here. And on the exhale, relax, bow and fold. Again, hands glide up over the feet, over the shins, all the way up onto the thighs this time. So maybe your pointer finger is pointing to your knees. Take your halfway lift, press into your thighs, exploring your body today. Shoulders away from your ears, nice flat back pose. Keep breathing, we're just playing here. Take a big inhale, and on the exhale, bow and fold. Fingertips glide up over the feet onto the shins this time, elbows pin back. Take your halfway lift, press into your hands, lengthen through your spine. One more big inhale. And our beautiful forward fold. Fingertips stay on the ground this time. It doesn't matter if your knees stay bent the whole time. Take your halfway lift. Stay, relax your shoulders. One more big inhale. And our forward fold. Beautiful. This time we are aeroplane arms. So you're going to be floating the arms out to the side. The palms will face down. The pinkies will be close to you and the thumbs will be far away. Take your big inhale. Stay. Shoulders pull back. Imagine there's 2 helium balloons underneath your hands and they're forcing the hands to rise up. Finding a little stretch through the front of your chest here. Hold for one more inhale. And on the exhale, we relax and bow. This time, hands to prayer at your heart. So the heels of your thumbs are on your sternum. Take your halfway lift. Stay, long, beautiful neck. Inhale. Relax and bow. Beautiful, hands to hips. All 4 fingers at the front. Your thumbs at the back. Really loop the shoulders away from your ears. Draw your chin to the chest. Belly is in. Feeling all 4 corners of your feet. We're going to roll up, bend the knees generously as you roll up slowly, slowly, all the way to your very first standing pose. As you arrive, loop the shoulders all the way up, turn the palms forward, tuck your bottom under, Tadasana. Close down your eyes and take a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to turn the thumbs forward and then glide the hands all the way up. We're finding prayer position up overhead. A very gentle back bend, so send your hips forward. Upper chest back, even if it's only 1 millimeter. And then we're going to carve the line with that prayer all the way through your midline, back to your forward fold. Hands to shins, we halfway lift. Exhale to bow and fold. Hands to hips, rolls you up. Inhale. On the exhale, loop the shoulders, find Tadasana. Thumbs forward. Inhale, prayer overhead, slight back bend. And the exhale, carve the line through your midline. Find a fluidity here, no end and no beginning. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Hands on the hips, we roll it up. Exhale, mountain pose. Urdhva Hastasana, reach for the sky. Fold all the way forward, Uttanasana. Hands on shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Hands on hips, roll it up, inhale. Loop the shoulders, exhale. Thumbs forward. Inhale, reach for the sky, lean back. And exhale, that sensation of a waterfall rolling all the way back down. One more time through this cycle. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Hands to hips, roll up. Tadasana. Thumbs forward, prayer overhead. And melt all the way down back to our forward fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Bending knees as much as you like. Planting the hands, we step the right toes back. We step the left toes back, our very first plank pose. Let it be playful. If it feels right to move, maybe tick-tocking the heels, what feels good for you? If you need to bring your knees down, you bring your knees down. Listening to your body more than you listen to your ego. And when you feel pretty good, find your stillness. Elbows radiate inwards. And we're going to lower all the way to the mat. Unflip the toes, 2 legs become one. Your hands are under your shoulders. Heels are together, toes are together, arch to arch, pressing to the tops of your feet. And using just your back strength, Bhujangasana. Inhale, lift your chest. Your knees are already off the mat, they're so active here. And the exhale, lower the forehead back to the mat. Keep squeezing your legs, heels together. Inhale, lift your face. If you want to have a little play with yourself, you can take your hands off just to prove that you're not holding on with your hands. And then lower them all the way down. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lowers it down. Bring your knees hip distance apart. We're going to press back up. Big toes together to touch. Send the knees wide and keep the bottom's journey going all the way back to your heels, back to your starting position. Giving yourself permission to rest. Sthira and Sukha. You need these moments. You need the darkness to see the light, and the light to see the darkness. Hands move forward. Knees under the hips. Tops of the feet resting on the mat. Draw your belly in. You're going to float the knees. Inhale, we float. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop them down. Coming onto your forearms here. We're going to drop the hips all the way down and find our Sphinx pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Everything below your belly button is now relaxed. You want to feel your belly button on the mat, so really make sure that that belly button is touching down. Drawing into the hands, so the sensation is that you're pulling the mat towards you. Take a moment to drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Come back through your center. Right ear to right shoulder. Come back through your center. We're going to turn the toes under. Activate the legs. The knees have already lifted off the mat. We're coming to forearm plank. So draw your belly button in. Lift everything up. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Have a little break for a moment. We're coming back up again. And this time we're going to tick-tock the heels. So brace your belly. Draw the belly button to the spine. Lift up the knees. Float up. Plank on the forearms. And we're going to drop the heels to the left. Come back through your center. And drop the heels to the right. Come back through your center. Drop the heels to the left. Stay for a moment if you can. And we start to peel the right shoulder up over the left shoulder. If you can, your right hand can now draw the bow across your chest and float the fingertips all the way to the sky. Coming all the way back down, place that forearm down. We come back to regular forearm plank. Drop the heels to the right. If you can, start to stack the left shoulder over the right and send the fingertips all the way up. Forearm comes all the way back down, back to your neutral, and lower yourself all the way to the ground, stacking the palms and letting your forehead rest here. Everything goes floppy, and you just breathe. Placing the hands under your shoulders. This time we're going to glide them a little bit further down, so they're underneath your lowest rib. Elbows are pinned back. Bring your toes together to touch. Activate your legs. Make sure your knees are already off the mat. This time we're going to use back strength as well as arm strength. So take your inhale. Lift up with your chest, also with your hands, so much so you can float your legs. Lift your chin forward and up. You are in up dog. And from here, flip the toes under, pike your bottom towards the sky, up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, pedal it out. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, tippy toe to the top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart, hands to shins, we halfway lift. Exhale to bow and fold. Hands to hips, roll it up, inhale. And exhale, loop the shoulders, palms come forward. Thumbs forward. Inhale, take your tiny back bend. And the exhale will ripple you all the way back down. One more time through this cycle that we know. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Hands to hips, rolls you up. Inhale. Loop the shoulders, exhale. Thumbs forward. Inhale, reach up and back. And the exhale floats you all the way down. Halfway lift. And fold. Plant the hands. Really plant the hands. Left toes back. Right toes back. Downward facing dog. We're going to anchor through the left heel this time. So the right knee can bend a lot. Really melt your heart back towards that left thigh. Head is loose. And very slowly we're going to slide that right foot up the back wall. Dial the toes down, really kick through that heel. We're going to bring that right knee to your nose on an exhale. So slowly, slowly bring it forward. Exhale. Your heart weight will rock over your wrists. Bring the knee to the nose and then dome your chest. The inhale, leg goes all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward. Dome your chest, and then kick it all the way back for your inhale. One more time, we keep it here this time. Exhale, slow, bring it in. Dome the chest, and quiet as a mouse, we step that foot between your hands. We're coming to a beautiful high lunge here. So make sure you've got your footing. You want to have your left heel over your left toe. Your right knee is over your right ankle. And there's a scissoring effect. So I'm pulling back on my right hip and pulling forward on my left hip. And just like we did before, find your balance, chin to chest, slowly roll it up, finding a prayer position with the hands. And the exhale, we come all the way back down. Left hand is planting in line with the right foot. And now we draw that bow. We're going to stack the right shoulder over the left and send the fingertips to the sky. Big inhale. Big exhale. Keep pressing into the big toe of that right foot. Make sure your belly is well and truly on. One more inhale here. And the exhale, we plant those fingers, frame the front foot. Listen carefully. We want to peel the heel of the right foot off the mat so we are on the tippy toe. And then we're going to bring that heel of the right foot to the belly button. Kick it all the way back for a three-legged dog. And then we lower it all the way back into its place for downward facing dog. We're going to lower the knees. Big toes to touch. And set yourself up for your child's pose. Taking stock. How is your body feeling? How does one side feel compared to the other? Placing the hands all the way forward. Tabletop pose. Floating your knees. Ready? Belly button in. Inhale. Lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Turn the toes. Hips to the sky. Down dog. This time we're going to be anchoring through the right heel. So your left knee will bend a lot as you melt your heart back towards that right thigh. Head is loose. Allowing that stretch to the back of the right leg. Kidney urinary bladder. We're going to float the left foot up towards the ceiling and dial the toes down. Very, very slowly, the exhale brings the knee to the nose. Heart weight moves forward. Use your strength, not momentum here. Knee to nose, dome the chest. The inhale will take you all the way back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze, dome. Inhale keeps you back. Knee to nose, we stay up this time. And slowly, slowly, we plant that foot between the hands. Set yourself up. Heel over the toe at the back. Knee over the ankle at the front. Scissoring the legs, pull the left hip crease back, the right hip crease forward. Find your balance. And we send the fingertips all the way up and back. Find your prayer. And then down we come on the exhale. Right hand plants. Start to roll that left shoulder over the right. And then send the fingertips to the sky. Really pressing into that left big toe. Make sure it's on. Hold for one more inhale. And on the exhale, we lower that hand. Peeling that left foot off the floor from the heel so the big toe stays connected. And then we bring the heel towards your belly button and go all the way back, three-legged dog. Lowering the toes. We're back in down dog. Anchor through the left heel. Inhale, the right leg rises. The exhale, we step it between your hands. Float up on the inhale. And down on your exhale. Left hand plants. Inhale, spin to the right. Exhale, plant the hand. The inhale, we're going to step back to plank pose. And the exhale, we lower all the way to the mat. Baby cobra, inhale. Exhale to your mat. Turn your toes under, press to plank. Our first press to plank. Hips to the sky, down dog. Anchor through the right heel. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, plant the right hand. Inhale, spin to the left. Exhale, plant the hand. Step back, plank pose. Take a big inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to the mat. Turn the toes. Inhale, press to plank. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Anchor through the left. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, steps you through. Inhale, up you come. Exhale, relax the left hand down. Inhale, right hand spins. Exhale, down it comes. Listen closely. We're going to keep the legs in this position. You are going to keep the left hand in this position and send the right hand forward. We're going to lower the left heel to the ground and roll the whole of the left foot onto the ground. Draw your belly button in. Imagine that you're catching a beach ball between both of your hands now. And you're going to guide that beach ball up over the rainbow. Press into that front leg all the way up. And then lower your arms out onto the horizon for warrior two. Tuck your bottom, check your angles. Make sure that left pinky toe is onto the mat. Rest. Flip your palms. The inhale, the hands rise to that prayer overhead. And the exhale onto the horizon. Flip the palms. Inhale, prayer overhead. And the exhale down to the horizon. Imagining now your hands are on a slab of marble and you're going to slide them forward. So much so that your elbow crease is over your knee or even your armpit is over the knee. Flip the hand. Forward, up and over. Find your reversing warrior. Really stretch. And then we windmill the hands down to frame that front foot. Release the back heel and we step back, plank pose. Your choice, knees up or down. Elbows radiate forward. Down we come. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. Turn the toes. Inhale, up we come. Hips up and back, down dog. Anchor through the right heel. Inhale, the left leg rises. And the exhale steps it through. Up we come, inhale. And the exhale lowers us down. Right hand touches, left hand spins. Inhale. And down we come. Beautiful. So from where we are here, start to reach that left hand forward. Lower the right heel towards a warrior two formation. Draw your belly in, catch the beach ball, and draw the beach ball all the way up to the very top. Adjust your feet if you need. Arms onto the horizon. Nice, beautiful warrior two. Make sure your right pinky toe is anchored onto the ground. Flip the palms, tuck your bottom under. Inhale to prayer overhead. And exhale onto the horizon. Inhale, find your prayer. And the exhale brings you down. On the concrete slab this time, reach forward as far as you can. Flip the front hand up and over, reversing your warrior. Really feel that stretch down the liver gallbladder meridian. We're going to windmill the hands to frame your front foot. And step back, plank pose. Our very last vinyasa. Elbows radiate forward. Inhale at the top, lower yourself. Baby cobra. Down we come. Flip the toes, press to plank. Hips to the sky. Down dog. Inhale, look forward. And very gently walking to the top of your mat. Hands to shins, we halfway lift. Bow and fold. Hands to hips, we roll it up. Looping the shoulders. Tadasana. Take your moment. Stay completely still. The weight's going to come onto your left leg as we bring the right knee up in line with the hip. We're going to make a little basket with our hands and gently pull that leg in. Shoulders are relaxed. Find your little focus point and breathe. Let the left ankle do its job. Let it work, let it wobble. We gently release. Weight coming into the right leg this time. Bring the left knee up in line with the hip. Intertwine the fingers and draw it in. Find your balance. Good job. Let it go. Take your moment. From where you are, we're going to heel toe the feet out to the edge of your mat. So now the edge of your mat is in the arch of your feet. And like dropping a pin on a Google map, we're going to squat all the way down. So take your time to bring yourself down. Lift your heart high. If you can, we hook the elbows into the knees. Maybe sway from side to side. Beautiful. Allowing the fingertips to find the ground behind you so that you can safely drop your bottom down onto the ground. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat in front of you as you start to lift your heart. Draw your belly button in. We're going to float the right leg, float the left leg. This might already be enough for you. If you want, you can hold them behind your thighs. Otherwise, reach the right hand forward, reach the left hand forward, lift up through your heart. Shaking is good. We're going to bring the hands to prayer at the heart and lift your chest to meet your thumbs. We're going to hover the left leg low. So keep the right leg high. Send the left leg low. Draw the belly in and we swap. Right leg hovers, left leg is up. Take your time. And once you've got this leg action, we start a chest twist. So as the right knee is up, we twist to the right. So your left elbow comes towards your right knee. And we slowly change. One more each side. Beautiful. Reach forward back into your high boat and hug everything in. Crossing your legs in front of you, we're going to place the hands on the mat and come back to our tabletop pose. Your right knee is going to go behind your right wrist and rotate that right heel towards the middle of your mat. Glide the left knee back. Lift yourself up to start. This might already be enough for you. If it serves you, take a little forward fold. Using your hands to press you all the way back up. We're going to now very deliberately rock the weight onto our right bottom cheek. So your whole weight will rock over to the right. So your left leg is free to come all the way forward. The sole of your left foot into the middle of your mat. Your right hand crosses over that foot. So the right hand takes the left pinky toe. And we start to straighten up through the spine. Left hand goes behind you to take your twist. Really grow tall through your crown. Now, if this is your edge, that's okay, you can stay here. if it works for you, we start to kick that left leg forward. And if it's still okay, we float the left fingertips up in line with the leg. Release the left hand, release the left leg. We're going to place the hands onto the mat. And your left leg is now free to go all the way back around to its original position behind you. And we can come back to our tabletop pose. Left knee behind the left wrist. Rotate the foot. Bring it towards the middle of your mat and glide the right knee back. Melting forward if that works for you. Pressing back up. The weight's coming onto the left bottom cheek this time, so allow it to roll over. So your right leg is free to come all the way forward, placing the right sole into the middle of your mat. Your left hand reaches across and grabs the pinky. Grow tall. Right fingertips can find the floor behind you. If this is your edge, that's okay. Use this as your twist. Otherwise, you can start to kick that right leg forward as you gaze over the right shoulder. Floating the right fingertips if that's okay for you. Releasing the hand, releasing the foot. Placing both of your hands on your mat so the right leg is free to go all the way back. And we come back to our tabletop pose. Allowing your hips to wag left to right. Beautiful. We're coming onto our backs now. So find your way safely all the way down onto the floor. Thank goodness for that. Bringing the soles of your feet onto the ground, close to your bottom, hip distance apart. Placing the hands down on the floor, near to your hips. It's like you're reaching into your pockets. Take a big inhale here in neutral. And on the exhale, draw the belly button down. Tip the bowl of your pelvis and lift the hips all the way up to bridge pose. The inhale will ripple your spine all the way back down. So the exhale is when we drop the belly, lift the hips. And the inhale is when you'll ripple through your spine all the way back to the ground. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, roll it down. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Good work. Bring the knees into the chest. Hands finding your shins. Bring the big toes together to touch. And encourage the knees towards your armpits. We're in an upside down child's pose here. So let everything soften. Keeping hold of the right leg, we send the left leg out long to rest on the floor. And using your left hand, take the right knee across your body for a beautiful supine twist. Reach the right arm out. Heart rate is dropping. Just take the twist. Coming onto your back again. This time we send the right leg out long, bend the left knee in, And use your right hand to guide that knee across your body. Reach the left arm out and take your twist. And ever so gently coming all the way onto your back. Reaching the feet out long, turning your palms upwards, hands are away from your body, feeling as much surface area on the mat as you possibly can. Allowing your eyes to gently shut as we start to tune into the inside of your body. Observing your toes and your feet, your ankles, your calves and your shins and your knees, thighs and hamstrings, hips, your abdomen, your chest, collarbones and shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, wrists, palms and fingers, your throat, the back of your head, your face, and the crown of your head. Observing your breath. Giving yourself this rest. Gentlest of gentle awareness coming back to your fingertips. Slight movements into fingertips and toes. Reaching fingertips all the way up overhead, taking the biggest breath you've taken all day. And rolling to your favorite side. Using your hands to press you up to come to your comfortable seat. Turning the palms upwards as you sit beautiful and tall. Tall waist, tall spine. Staying dreamy, keeping eyes gently shut. Taking a moment to tune back in to the space around you. Listening to the sounds. Noticing the air on your skin. We take a moment to remember why you are the luckiest person in the world. Bringing hands to gentle prayer at your heart. Setting your intention. divine in me recognizes the divine in you. And together, to ourselves and each other, we say, Namaste.